sorry. I have been MIA for the last month or so. Things have gotten just crazy. I've been working like a mad woman, and I just haven't had any time to record a video. Somebody messaged me on Facebook last night and was asking basically where to start in planning a trip, and I was like, oh, I have a video on that, and then I couldn't find it. And so I don't know if I just dreamed about shooting that, like one of the very first videos I ever did, or if the internet ate it. But so I thought I would try to do a brief, really quick, how do you start in planning a trip? So once you've decided that you want to go to Disney, the first step is the first step that kind of controls everything else is deciding when you want to go. So how do you decide when you want to go? Well, first off, you go and watch my video on when to go. I break it down month by month and tell you which months are better and which ones are worse. But basically, for a first timer, you've never been to the parks before, I recommend going in either May or September, October. The next step after you've decided when to go is deciding how long you want to stay. And how do you do that? Well, you watch my video on how many days do you need. But basically, for a first-timer, I recommend 4 to 5 days, roughly, right? The next step, then, you've decided when you want to go and how long you want to stay. So now you're almost getting ready to book that trip. You've got to decide what hotel and your ticket options. Deciding a hotel, I haven't done a video about hotels yet, but I need to. Disney has different levels of hotels. You have to decide what's most important to you. If budget is your biggest thing, and that's what most people's is, that's what mine is, then the value resorts are going to be your best bet. They are the cheapest resorts. The absolute cheapest Disney resort is the All-Star Music Resort. Some other really cheap ones are the All-Star Movies and All-Star Sports. Pop Century is a little bit more expensive than the All-Stars, but it's still a value resort, and it's probably my favorite value resort, actually. Art of Animation is the newest value resort, and it is the most expensive. It's actually more expensive than some of the moderate resorts, which is the next level up. Moderate resorts are more roomy than value resorts. They're more elegant in theming, and they're bigger. They have, for me, they kind of have the, like, ambiance of a deluxe resort with the value price tag. They're a little bit more expensive than value resorts, but you get a whole lot of bang for your buck. To me, they're Disney's best value in hotels. The Port Orleans resorts are our personal favorites. The next level up is the deluxe resorts. These are your most expensive hotels. These are ones like the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, the Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Boardwalk, things like that. They're really elegantly themed, really intricate, and have a lot of really fancy amenities. Like if you book one of the Magic Kingdom resorts, which is Polynesian, Contemporary, Grand Floridian, they have the monorail that runs right through the hotel. So, a lot of really fancy stuff like that. All right, you've picked your hotel. Next step is to decide your ticket options. The basic ticket is the Magic Your Way base ticket, which gets you admission to one theme park per day. So, like, if you walk into Magic Kingdom in the morning, you can only go to Magic Kingdom that day. You can't go to Epcot that afternoon or a different theme park. The only park option that I ever really consider, and it's the one that we usually always get, is the Park Hopper option. Park Hopper costs you roughly $70 extra per ticket per person per day. But it allows you kind of full flexible control of your schedule. You can do Magic Kingdom in the morning and Epcot in the afternoon. You can do all 4 parks in one day if you want to, which we have done several times. You can do basically whatever you want and not be limited to one specific park each day. It gives you a lot of flexibility in your schedule, and I really, really love it. The only thing is, it's really expensive. Other option is the water park option. For a first timer, I do not recommend going to the water parks. They're great water parks as far as that goes, but to be honest, I've only ever done them twice, and it's just not something that's a high priority for me. We're not big water park people, and I don't know, I would rather do the other things. So if you're a first timer, I recommend skipping the water parks for now. And I think there used to be another ticket option. I don't even know if this is still a thing. That was no expiration. Don't even bother with it. It has no use, really, to be honest. Book your trip. Then the next step is basically you don't have anything really too much to do, like as far as actual, like making any kind of reservation or anything like that, until 180 days prior to your trip. That is when you can make dining reservations. Speaking of dining, do you purchase the dining plan? Okay, that is a loaded question, and it's very controversial, really, among Disney geeks, because majority of us, I say majority of us really believe that they are a waste of money. For us personally, I have sat down and calculated, like added up our food receipts and compared it to the dining plan, and we save hundreds of dollars by not purchasing a dining plan. But then again, I have friends that are big foodies and they get a dining plan every trip and they use up all their credits and they love it. So you just have to base it on what's right for your family. If you have little bitty ones, picky eaters, if people that don't eat a whole lot, I recommend not getting a dining plan because you're going to waste money. If you have older kids that eat a lot, or if you're big foodies and you love to try different foods, then maybe the dining plan is good for you. So just be your own judge on that. You can sit down and figure out the top 5 attractions or shows that you want to do in each park. Sit down and make a list. You've never been before. How do you know which ones you want to do? That's where you can check out several of my videos that's talks about the top attractions for kids, my personal top 5 attractions in each park. I have an entire planning series just about day planning which parks you want to do, what attractions you want to do, that kind of thing. So check that series out. But the first step in it is to write down your top 5 for each park. You can go online to Disney's website, Walt Disney World's website, and they list every single attraction and show. They have a description of it. They tell you height requirements. They tell you what age it's appropriate for. Anything you need to know, it's on there. That's not enough for you? Go to YouTube. Type in the search, and you can actually watch every single ride and every single show that Disney offers, and then you can decide which ones would be best for your family. Same thing with restaurants. If you want to go ahead and jot down which restaurants you want to be sure and hit, Disney has all of their menus available on the Disney World website. You can go narrow it down by park, by table service or quick service, and see the full menu and decide which places are going to be best for your group. 180 days prior to your trip, make your dining reservations for your table service. Then you got nothing to do really until 60 days prior, when you can make FastPass selections. After that, you're done. You are pretty much done. When it comes to planning, I know for a first timer, it's extremely overwhelming and there's so much to take in. But you've got to remember that this is your first time. And there's no such thing as a perfect trip. It's not going to be perfect. Don't go in with that expectation. Kids are going to have meltdowns. Rides may break down. I've stood in line for rides because they had a technical malfunction forever. Lines may be long. You're going to have to wait. Try not to stress about it. The more you stress about it, the more you're sucking the magic out of it. So just relax and I'm a go with the flow kind of girl in my planning. I don't plan every minute of the day. I kind of just go with it and you see what you see kind of deal. But yeah, don't stress. Have fun with it. Planning is super fun, and just have a ball and let the magic go. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.